but congratulations on this unbelievable movie. My God, I was blown away. Evan, talk about a man of patience and determination. This took 14 years to get to the screen. So first off, I want to know why you were so determined and why did it take so long?
Wow, that's a lot because it's about 12 years of my life. You know, I started this, you know, I think, you know, I've been in as a filmmaker for the last 20 years and I realized, you know, the pie in the sky was always a narrative feature film and I always wanted to get to that. And, you know, when I started writing this project 2008, you know, it was a big thing, big ambitious project to approach. And, you know, for me, you know, you write it takes a couple of years to write it, you know, you don't know what you're doing and you write it. And then obviously I moved to New York to, you know, get more research and learn more about the whole process of it. And then what happened was, you know, this Asian kid on the Knicks blew up and we're like, oh, I'm still doing that documentary with Jeremy Lin. And
yeah,
we should go finish that one. Let's do that. And, you know, and coming off of that was great. I had momentum. So we were going to raise money, right? Raise money to make my first narrative feature film. And, you know, at the time, you know, I was big enough. I got Lucy Liu to be a part of this and she was going to lead. And then, you know, it took us 3 years and we couldn't raise money. We couldn't even raise $4 million. You know, I mean, we're living in an era now where I think 4 million you could probably get for Asians casting, but yes. You know, 2015, 13, no one was looking at us. And, you know, it just goes to show how much things have changed in that amount of time, right? What representation means and the stories that are being told. But, you know, making them, and then, you know, I couldn't raise, I was like, you know, I should just go back to my roots and do this thing grassroots like I normally do. And, you know, we kickstarted this movie and, you know, we shot it and right when the US got a new president in 2016. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it took me a long time because, you know, I mean, you've seen this movie, it's very ambitious. They tried to do Godfather 1, 2, and 3 together in one film. And, you know, editing it was like a whole new thing for me. And so it took me a while, but, you know, at the same time, I was lucky to have like the support of my wife. My wife she just was like, you got to get this done and do not embarrass me with a bad movie.
You did not embarrass her. You absolutely did not embarrass her. I have to tell you, it's brilliant. And Shuya, for you, I don't even know where to start with you because you are the heart and soul of this film and you are just spectacular. So when you were approached, were you scared in any way, shape, or form?
I mean, there's always a sense of pressure, of course. Right, being a lead in a movie, it's like, oh damn, it's on you. But I guess I don't try to think about that. I just go straight into work, you know, and just I kind of just zoom out and I just go for it, right? I mean, working with Evan was so amazing. I mean, he gave us so much free creative. What do you call it? No, I'm losing words. Creative freedom. He gave us so much creative freedom, and it just worked really well. I mean, again, this was such a passion project, and our crew was special. I have to say, our crew was just so special. It was a skeleton crew, but at the same time, what surprised me was it looked like a big production movie because we had so much help. The Asian community just chimed in and helped us, you know, and there were so many. And not only did we shoot in New York, we shot in LA, we shot in Florida, we shot in Taiwan, and everyone showed up. Wow. And that was such a big help. And I just felt like our community is so amazing, you know, for doing that. And yeah.
100%. And exactly. And Evan, you know, the casting, well, let's start with Shuya. I mean, what was it about her? I mean, you can be honest here, even though she's in the Zoom. Honestly, I don't even know how you found her, and amazing. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You know, I mean, Suyu's great. Suyu's amazing, and I think it was really her audition that was like, wow, there's something special in her that was different than everyone else. I think she came from a very different, you know, upbringing than most of my, you know, colleagues in America, right? She grew up in Austria. She had this wholly different perspective. What I saw in her was confidence, right? Was confidence that, you know, I mean, you can act confident, but being confident is a whole other thing. And I knew that I saw something there. I was like, that can be a hero. That's a character that I want to explore more. And that's the kind of characters I'm attracted to in terms of like what I want to see, because I'm always looking at there's very few sort of characters that are Asian American or Asian. And so when I see them, I want them to be things that people can aspire to, look at as role models, and just, see something that's different. Because a lot of times the archetypes for Asians is just, it's very one-sided, right? Because the stories are written in one way.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I want to know, I mean, obviously this is based on a real life person. You want to do it justice. It's an important story. It's a terrifying story. Sister C, how do you pronounce that? I want to make sure I'm getting that right. Sister C?
Yeah.
Okay. And what she goes through. What was going through your mind emotionally? Like, how did you even prepare? Because obviously, like I said, you want to do this story justice. And at the end of the day, you want people to come out of it by going, wow, this is going on. And maybe we need to do something about this.
Well, again, I mean, the story is inspired by her, right? So there's just so many angles we can go from, but it's a very broad story. It's just a very broad story. It's a very international story. It's not just about an Asian story. It's about European, Latin American. It's a very broad story to start with, right? Her character is just very, very needy. So as an actress, I was in Candyland. There's so many ways you can go about her, right? She's so strong, at the same time she's very vulnerable, so it's just she has, again, there's just so many ways to go about her. And the way I learned about her is obviously with Evan. We will go through the material, and there's abundance of material about that type of story, right? She has this character has so many layers. She had so many layers to go from, and again, I just had so much fun playing her, going into it.
Are you a dumpling making pro now?
Actually, I am. I'm Asian. That's kind of like in our culture. We all had to learn them as a kid. So, but it was fun to play like I didn't know how to do it.
Right.
And then have Sarib, he's an African-American male, teach me. So that was kind of like a fun scene to do.
Absolutely. Yeah, you need a little levity, a little bit while making this.
Right.
Evan, I got to ask you, I mean, not just Shuya, but what a cast. I mean, unbelievable. But seriously, Jade Wu, I mean, her performance, she scared me more than anything I think I've ever seen, because she was so calm and, but what, you don't cross this woman, But what do you as a director learn from this spectacular cast that you got to work with?
I mean, I think I was lucky. I realized, when I was, day 10, you get in, you're like, wow, I have some incredible actors here that are just going to give me more than I can ever, expect, right? They blew my expectations, and as the first time narrative feature filmmaker, you think you know everything, you think you control all these actors, but the best thing I realized was this is a true creative collaboration, and especially the way we were moving and the way we were shooting this is like, let's give them the opportunity to play, right? I think a lot of times these characters, these actors don't get to play, and so I was like, let's see where we can go, and at the end of the day, I mean, they knew, someone like Sung, I've known for the last 20 years, Jade, I mean, we've been in this for so long. They knew where I was as a director. And yet at the same time, they trusted, they believed, and they gave me, okay, Ev, why don't we, help me out? Maybe we should try this a little bit. Like, can we try this? Can we try that? And for me, it was like, yeah, I trust you, you trust me. Let's go. Let's make something better than what either one of us could think of individually, So that was exciting.
A lot was on the go. A lot of what we did on set was just on the go. An idea just happened right there, and that made it so magical, actually.
I mean, it's a terrible. I mean, I used to love hearing the stories about Wong Kar-wai taking 3 years to shoot a movie and shoot one scene for 6 months, and I'm like, my producers weren't too happy about that poetic sort of approach to filmmaking. But I say, I found a new hybrid of what works for us. So hopefully next time we won't have to take so long to edit.
Well, like I say, I mean, it's a testament to all of you because it works so well, and you made it look so expensive and everything too. But just at the end, I just want to wrap up by asking, you know, as we know, it's difficult making a film on any level, whether you have $1 million zillion or $10, whatever. But at the end of the day, I wanted to know quickly how both of you got through this on an emotional level. So you want to start on that?
On an emotional level, well, once it starts with excitement and then it goes into work mode for me, right? So for my character, it was so many emotions at the same time that I have to kind of like just deal through it, you know. But that's what I'm saying. We had such a great crew at the same time, and I'm a person that can come in and come out like that. Again, Evan helped me so much through it. I mean, it was really tough. Every scene was really tough to shoot. Every scene, we have so many obstacles, the weather, it was just so many things. But again, we had such a good crew that just held us through it, you know. And his wife is amazing. She was the mother of our crew.
That's good. That's
like emotionally, we got through it together, you know. When we look back, I have a smile when I look back. That's just what it is, you know. Even though with all this hard work and hard weather situation and everything, I have a smile on it because it was really a passion project, and everyone just held together, and we just believed in it, and you could really feel it.
Yeah, and Evan, quickly for you, because now look, your movie's at TIFF. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah. I think that's a testament to the passion, right? I mean, when I look at filmmaking, when I think of filmmaking, I as a director, like, you have to be passionate. You know, I've learned that early on. You have to be passionate. And, you know, on the level that we were doing emotionally, I was like, I need to be so passionate that anyone that joins us is going to catch that energy and be a part of that and want to be a part of that, because we're not paying you enough to be here.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather be at home than getting paid what we were paying people. But, you know, they want to be a part of this. And that's kind of the way I grew up with filmmaking on this level, is, you know, if facing passion is your currency, you know, and that is what allows you to go further and use more resources, because people see that there's something special here and that's something they want to be a part of. And, you know, that helps through production, that helps through the pre-production. You know, when you get into post, it's just you and the film, and emotionally, there's no way I do this movie without my wife. I mean, I'm not working. She's supporting me, and she's like, we go test screen after test screen, and it's just terrible. And she's like, I don't know what to do, but you cannot give up, because, you know, don't embarrass me. Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think that's, you know, in essence too, you know, it's easy enough to give up on a film because it's so hard. It's so hard, and it hurts you so much of a weight. And, you know, being able to get through the depression and like, oh man, I just wasted all my resources, all my favors, and I can't really show my face any around, to like, we're at TIFF, and it's an incredible like story.
Yeah, we're over the moon.
It's amazing. And like I said, we'll be able to flesh out way more tomorrow. And I look so forward to talking to you and the other cast members. But thank you so much for your time today. This movie it's off the charts. You did a great job. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Okay.